Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. We start the proceedings of today's program with the recitation of the Holy Quran. And I like to invite, please give mic to N6218, the one who is going to recite the Quran with translation, please.
N6218, you do have the mic, and if you could grace us with your tilawat, please.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألف لام ميم ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين الذين يؤمنون بالغيب ويقيمون الصلاة ومما رزقناهم ينفقون والذين يؤمنون بما أنزل إليك وما أنزل من قبلك وبالآخرة هم يوقنون أولئك على هدى من ربهم وأولئك هم المفلحون. Translation: Surah Al-Baqarah, verses 1 to 6. I seek refuge with Allah from Satan the accursed. In the name of Allah, the Gracious, the Merciful. Alif Lam Mim. I am Allah, all-knowing. This is a perfect book. There is no doubt in it. It is a guidance for the righteous, who believe in the unseen and observe prayer and spend out of what we have provided for them, and who believe in that which has been revealed to thee and that which was revealed before thee, and they have firm faith in the hereafter. It is they who follow the guidance from their Lord, and it is they who shall prosper. Jazakumullah.
Jazakumullah indeed. Very nice tilawat, very nice way to start off the concluding session. Jazakumullah for that. If we may now have student N6206. Assalamu alaikum, darling.
Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah.
Wa alaikum assalam. Okay, so you have a hadith that you are going to read out for us, please.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammad kama sallaita ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka Hamidum Majid. Allahumma barik ala Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammad كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم من قرأ حرفا من كتاب الله فله به حسنة والحسنة بعشر أمثالها لا أقول ألف لام ميم حرف ولكن ألف حرف ولام حرف وميم حرف. Hadith 2. عن ابن عباس قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إن الذي ليس في جوفه شيء من القرآن كالبيت الخرب. صدق الله.
Jazakumullah. Okay, so if we may now have student N1289 on the mic. Okay, N1289, I'm trying to unmute you. Okay, Jazakumullah. Okay, sweetheart, so you have the translation?
Yes.
Okay, sweetheart.
The Holy Prophet, may peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, said, whoever reads a letter from the book of Allah, he will have a reward, and that reward will be multiplied by 10. I do not say that Alif Lam Mim is a letter, but Alif is a letter, Lam is a letter, and Mim is a letter. Jazakallah.
Jazakumullah. Okay, so we've had a very, very nice start to the concluding session. Hafizab, shall I now take over and do my presentation?
Yes, G1 presentation will be made now. G1 report, please.
Okay. So if I can maybe have the presentation on screen. Okay, so Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Welcome everybody to the concluding session of our term 4. Okay, so on the 1st of October 2018, the National Talimul-Quran and Waqf Irsi Department launched the 4th Tashilul course, a live national online program designed to teach 6 to 14-year-olds the correct pronunciation of the Holy Quran. There were 2 levels, G1 and G2. This presentation is a report on the aims and objectives, structure and delivery, challenges and outcomes, and some feedback of the G1 level. Slide 2, please. The prime purpose of the course was to provide a sound understanding of the rules of recitation through rigorous practice of their application. It was intended to provide beginners with the right tools and foundation for beautifying the recitation and initiate their lifelong relationship with the Holy Quran with reasonable confidence. Slide 3, please. Another prime objective was to try to inculcate the true love of the Holy Quran in children by placing major focus on prayers for learning and by using Qaida as an interesting tool to make them aware of Quranic subjects such as attributes of Allah and prophets of Allah. Another important aim was to create a disciplined environment in young minds by adhering to mosque etiquette during online classes. If we can now skip to slide 7 in the interest of time. To facilitate one of the course aims, every class was to be opened by reciting selected du'as from Quran and Hadith, as well as those of the promised Messiah alayhi salam. Students were to be encouraged to read them repeatedly and preferably commit to memory also. To facilitate another course aim, that of knowledge of Quranic subjects, presentations were delivered. To facilitate a third course aim, that of discipline, strong repeated reminders were announced of what was expected of students in their pre-class routine as well as their behaviour during class. It is felt that education is key to understanding and the development of love. G1 approach has always been to offer explanation where appropriate of why certain rules are being enforced. Slide 8, please. Classes were recorded and made available to students on the Talimul-Quran website. They were also made available to the general public via YouTube. A new feature this term was the development of an app available on Android devices. This allowed easily accessible recordings with just a few taps. Viewing of recordings was designed to consolidate learning as well as to enable catching up from any absence. Uploading of recordings was prompt. Students were given one external examination during the course, but their progress was monitored internally also. This term was a fairly mixed cohort. There were students who had already completed the first recitation of the Quran, as well as some beginners. Students had also been led through certain du'as to assist learning at the beginning of every class. Many students appear to have memorized these by the end of the course and were reciting fairly well. Another exciting new feature, which is an incredibly useful teaching tool for parents to use, is the introduction of the Hifz learning recitals. These are videos of recitation of the last 10 chapters of Part 30, recited in a slow, easy-to-follow style by an experienced teacher with a student following the recitation. The pace of the course was monitored and adjustments were made to the schedule to spend longer on a few topics that teachers reported were proving a difficult grasp for some students. And slide 9, please. Okay, so the feedback and some future commitments. The department is committed to the spread of the message of the Holy Quran in a manner that sows the seeds of love within the young hearts. G1 classes' role in this message is teaching correct recitation with the ethos service with a smile, and teachers are expected to teach in a friendly, easygoing manner while still maintaining discipline. Doing both things, teaching and maintaining discipline, on an online platform does require availability of enough staff. Alhamdulillah, G1 was able to augment its team by welcoming new recruits during the term. The department is always looking to improve and therefore most definitely encourages parents to make contact by email to inform of any challenges they are facing. Some feedback was received in this manner and actioned immediately where appropriate. Regular announcements encouraging feedback will continue to be made in future courses. As stated earlier, one of the prime objectives was to try to inculcate the true love of the Holy Quran in children. One such method of delivering this was to have presentations. This term, these included the manners and etiquette of reciting the Holy Quran, how the Holy Quran was revealed, why correct recitation is important, and an awareness of some textual divisions of the Quran. Presentations have mostly been positively received, with more being requested. Future courses will, inshallah, allow for more to be scheduled in within the course in appropriate lengths suited to the audience. One external examination took place and not all students could be called to take the test. A further examination would have enabled all students to be examined. However, the course is a 12-week duration and there is only so much that can be scheduled in without reducing or compromising the syllabus. A possible solution might be to take advantage of the breakout room facility for examinations, which would enable splitting the class into 2 or possibly 3 groups, and thus 3 separate examinations could take place simultaneously. This facility could also be used occasionally with Quran reading at the end of the course. More students could be listened to at the end of the course if smaller groups were formed. This would require more available staff, but is certainly a possible consideration. It has to be remembered, all those involved are volunteers and reliant on the support of others. The support network has been solid and professional and extends to IT support and administrative teams. Alhamdulillah, G1 has a strong cohesion. Teachers' confidence has grown over the 4 terms that they have been teaching, and confidence always provides for a more relaxed interaction. Teachers have felt it an honor to serve in this scheme, and there is a genuine desire to develop proficient reciters. G1 team has offered their services for future courses. And slide 10. Okay, so for the future, teachers before the next course, as always, should reflect on their experiences of this term to develop delivery methods. Students should read daily and practice. Inshallah, their recitation will become fluent and elegant. They should continue reading and practicing daily on their journey to build a lasting relationship with the Holy Quran. Parents should assist their children in their practice by being available themselves, ideally, by creating a calm environment for recitation at home, setting a routine for their children, and especially ensuring proper etiquette at all times when reading Quran. This term, part 30 was used as an initial start of Quranic reading. Parents are encouraged to assist their children to commit to memory correct recitation of as many of the short chapters as they can. Parents are reminded of the availability of the Hifz learning recitals available on the NQC website, YouTube channel, and the app, and these should aid the students in achieving memorization. Memorization of initially the short chapters can obviously be utilized in Salah, but will also tie in with progression to G2. Parental involvement and parental input is the most necessary factor in a child's development of attachment to Quran. Parents should be aware that there is a Talimul-Quran teachers training class that will enable them to further their own knowledge base, which can then be transmitted to their children. These classes start in January every year and can be applied for online by visiting the NQC website. And that concludes the report for G1 for term 4. Jazakumullah.
Jazakumullah, Hassan Jaza. Thanks very much for your brilliant work, your team, and your report. Now, please, we move to G2 presentation now, please.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I am the G2 in charge for this Tashilul online Hifz course. The 4th course started on the 1st October 2018 after successfully completing 3 other courses since January 2017. Previously, each course was set up into 2 group levels, G1 and G2, to teach the correct pronunciation of the Holy Quran. Actually, I'm using the slide number 1. Yeah. G1 contained students who had not started reciting the Holy Quran, whereas G2 students had already begun reciting the Holy Quran. However, for the 4th course, the G2 level developed into an online Hifzul Quran course after receiving a lot of interest from parents. Hence, this was our first online Hifzul Quran course. Slide number 2, please. Yes. The purpose of the course was to provide an online platform for students to memorize a selection of 17 chapters from part 30 of the Holy Quran. Along with memorizing the chapters, there was an emphasis on the correct pronunciation and the rules of Tajweed. The course was designed for children aged 6 to 14 who had already completed their first recitation of the Holy Quran and followed a set syllabus for Hifzul Quran. Due to the course being online, it provided the student live online support to memorize the Holy Quran. The Tashilul Quran online Hifz course took place Monday to Friday from 7 to 8 p.m. for 12 weeks with set homework for students. A total of 99 students enrolled online, of which 44 were Atfal and 55 Nasirat. Slide number 3, please. Before each surah, a short introduction was given about the content of the surah to grow the love for the Holy Quran. Children were encouraged to revise the set surahs daily at home and recite them during the class repeatedly in order to strengthen their memory of it. To maintain a high attendance and interest of students during the online classes, an organized and disciplined teaching environment was retained. Next slide, please. To run the full course described as above, a certified teaching team was created with Hafiz Fadl Rabbi Sahib as the head teacher, G2 in charge, 7 main teachers, and 7 support teachers. The course was led under the head teacher's instructions. These were passed on to the teaching team. The head teacher was updated with the class progress report and any emergency issues that were dealt with during the class. The G2 in charge also provided a weekly teaching syllabus schedule and the students' Hifz and attendance record. A weekly staff meeting was held to reflect on the classes, shortcomings, and the schedule for the following week. The main teacher role was to prepare a short introduction of the surah, lesson plan, and feedback after the classes to report the attendance and progress of the students. The class was planned out in cooperation with the support teacher, so everything would go smoothly during the session. The support teacher role was to enter students in the class and pass the mic to the students during every session. The support teacher would also take over the role of the main teachers during any technical issues. The teachers would also give a class report to the in charge. Next slide, please. The daily classes started and ended with the Quranic prayers. Children were reminded of class rules and etiquettes during every session to keep the discipline and respect during the recitation of the Holy Quran. In order to Hifz correctly, the main teachers would recite the surah with the correct pronunciation so that students could learn the correct way to recite the surah. The first session of the class would consist of teaching a new surah, whereas the last quarter would be dedicated to listening to last week's recitation. Other than daily teachers listening to the recitation and providing feedback, the course also contained 4 exams in which Hafiz have listened to their recitation and gave student feedback. During the exams, there was an emphasis to ensure the students would complete the set exam syllabus. A presentation with all the details of how to log in was shown during every session for the first 4 weeks to ensure every student could access the sessions on time without any problems. A parent-teacher meeting took place to inform parents about the course and how they can help their children memorize more efficiently. This meeting ended with a question and answer session related to the course. In order for this course to be successful, it was important to include every participant and increase their passion and love for the Holy Quran. Therefore, it was important to keep a daily progress and attendance record. Though it was a difficult task, it was achieved due to cooperation of the entire teaching team. Next slide, please. Over the 12 weeks, 60 classes were scheduled and only one of them cancelled due to a live Friday sermon delivered by Hadrat Khalifatul Masih Al-Khamis. May Allah be his helper. Class record was kept for every participant from the first class, thanks to the excellent G2 team. Daily attendance was kept and it was made sure that students could recite at least once a week during the live session. Of the 99 enrolled students, we had 51 students attending the course with an overall attendance record of 81%. Next slide, please. These were the students had 100% attendance throughout the course. On the left-hand table, we have 14 Nasirat, and on the right-hand table, we have 6 Atfal. Well done to all of them for attending every class. Next slide, please.
MashaAllah, Alhamdulillah.
The syllabus to complete was 17 chapters of the Holy Quran, Al-Zilzal to An-Nas and Al-Fatiha. As you can see, 8 Nasirat and 4 Atfal completed to full syllabus, a total of 12 students. In addition to the 8 Nasirat, 36 Nasirat completed more than 50% of the syllabus, and 29 hit the 25% target. Looking at the Atfal, 25 Atfal completed more than 50% of the syllabus, excluding the 4 Atfal, and 20 hit the 25% target. Next slide, please. These were the students who memorized the complete syllabus, chapter 1 and 99 to 114 of the Holy Quran. 12 students in total, 8 Nasirat and 4 Atfal. Congratulations to all 12 students for completing the syllabus successfully. And next slide, please. All the students who have participated in this course and memorized chapters of the Holy Quran are advised to practice it in their daily prayers. This practice will help them keep it memorized in the future, inshallah. Alhamdulillah, the entire G2 team has done an excellent job at teaching during this course. May Allah accept our efforts in best manners. Ameen. And Jazakumullah wa asma'allah.
Okay, Jazakumullah, thanks very much for a brilliant, excellent report. And we are very pleased here that there were some students who achieved 100% Hifz and completed their syllabus. Inshallah ta'ala, those who have completed the course in G1 and G2, 100%, they will be given special certificates and also the certificates of participation. Now, in the beginning, after the hadith, we missed a poem. Could you please give mic to the one who is going to recite the poem? And then we have a brief feedback from the parents and the students. And then the guest of honor, Maulana Naseem Bajwa, will deliver his keynote address.
Yes, indeed. We have a student in 1277.
Assalamualaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam, darling. How are you?
Good.
Alhamdulillah. Okay, sweetheart. So you are now going to delight us with your beautiful voice and sing us a nazm.
कुरान सबसे अच्छा, कुरान सबसे प्यारा, कुरान सबसे अच्छा, कुरान सबसे प्यारा, कुरान दिल की कुव्वत, कुरान है सहारा, कुरान दिल की कुव्वत, कुरान है सहारा। अल्लाह मियाँ का खत है जो मेरे नाम आया, अल्लाह मियाँ का खत है जो मेरे नाम आया। उस्तानी जी पढ़ाओ जल्दी मुझे से पढ़ा, उस्तानी जी पढ़ाओ जल्दी मुझे से पढ़ा। पहले तो नज़रे से आंखें करूँगी रोशन, पहले तो नज़रे से आंखें करूँगी रोशन, बेटा जमा सिखाना जब पर चकू में सारा, चकूं में सारा मतलब न आए जब तक क्यों कर अमल है मुमकिन मतलब न आए जब तक क्यों कर अमल है मुमकिन बेतर्जुमे के हरगिज़ अपना नहीं गुजारा बेतर्जुमे के हरगिज़ अपना नहीं गुजारा या रब तू रहम करके हमको सिखा दे कुरान या रब तू रहम करके हमको सिखा दे कुरान हर दुख की ये दवा हो हर दर्द का हो चारा हर दुख की ये दवा हो हर दर्द का हो चारा दिल में हो मेरे ईमान सीने में नूर फुरका दिल में हो मेरे ईमान सीने में नूर फुरका बन जाऊं फिर तो सचमुच मैं आसमां का तारा बन जाऊं फिर तो सचमुच मैं आसमां का तारा कुरान सबसे अच्छा कुरान सबसे प्यारा कुरान दिल की कुव्वत कुरान है सहारा कुरान है सहारा
Mashallah, mashallah. Very, very nice, sweetheart. That was so worth waiting for. Jazakumullah. Okay, so Hafsa, we now wish to take some comments from the parents.
Yes, please. Yes.
Okay, so if I can just lower everybody's hands for the moment. Students and parents from G1 initially, if you have any comments that you would like to pass on to us about the course, please do feel free to raise your hands now, and that's G1 students and their parents. Okay, so we have N1289. Okay, N1289, I'm attempting to unmute you. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Okay, so any feedback, any comments, please feel free. You have the mic.
I'd just like to say my daughter enjoyed the class very much. I learnt a lot through it as well. I would, however, like to sign my daughter up for G2. I don't know how I can get her registered onto that. So if you could please tell me.
Okay, that's not a problem. We do have an online registration system, nqc.org.uk. If you visit that website, you will find all the courses that the department is offering. And if you were to hunt those forms out and fill those in, and we will get in touch with you at the appropriate time when the courses are going to start. Mashallah, yes, if your students are interested, we are here to help. So yes, and G1 students most welcome to apply for G2.
Jazakallah, I'd like to say thank you very much for all your effort and your team as well, and keep up the good work.
Yes. On the screen, can you see the the website, and on the left there are courses, and if you click on Tashilul-Quran course on that, the registration opens all the time. And the next course is starting, inshallah, in September for G1 and G2. In the previous years, we are having two courses G1, G2 twice a year, but in 2019 it will be repeated only once. And after that, there will be a gap, proper gap, about the 10 weeks gap in between two courses. And inshallah ta'ala from 2020, there will be two courses available for each G1 and G2. Okay, next.
Jazakallah.
Okay, Jazakumullah for your comments, and hopefully we've helped. Okay, so let me now click on A1201. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, darling. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Alhamdulillah. All the better to hear from you. So, sweetheart, you have some comments? Your mom and dad have some comments to make?
No, just me. Jazakallah for everything you have done for me. I am getting better on Quran.
Oh, mashallah. Very, very nice to hear such a beautiful comment from such a young child. How old are you, sweetheart?
Only 6 years old.
Only 6 years old, mashallah. Very, very nice. And did you enjoy reading the Quran Majid at the end, part 30, those short chapters?
Yes.
You did. Did you know any of them already?
Yes.
You did indeed. Okay. And then when you read them again with all the rules that we've taught you, was it slightly different?
Yes.
It was. Yes. Okay then. So we've helped you along the way. Okay then, sweetheart. Jazakumullah for your comments, and keep practicing, as we say. Practice, practice, practice. Okay, Jazakumullah. So we'll take one more student from G1, A1226. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, darling. How are you?
Fine.
Alhamdulillah. So you have some comments to make about the G1 course?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
It was very nice.
It was. You enjoyed it very much?
Yeah.
And did you attend during all the classes?
Most of them.
Most of them. Okay, it was a long course, wasn't it? 12 weeks. And to attend every single day, an hour a day, that's a huge commitment. And mashallah, you've done very well. Did you learn along the way?
Yes.
Okay. And how did you find the teachers?
Nice.
They were nice. Okay. So we were nice and friendly.
Yes.
Alhamdulillah. Did you manage to keep on top of the homework?
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, so we have the Christmas holidays coming up now from school, and you will, inshallah, spend that time really wisely by reading the Quran Majid?
Yeah.
Yes, alhamdulillah. Okay then. So thank you so much. Jazakumullah for your comments. Allah Hafiz for now.
Allah Hafiz.
Okay, so we move on to G2 students now, Hafizat?
Yes, please. Yes.
Yes. Okay. So would G2 in charge like to take control of that?
I think those who have raised their hands, you can carry on with that one, whether it's G1 or G2. Carry on. We have. You give us mic for the keynote address. Next 10 minutes maximum.
Okay. So you would like me to take comments for the next 10 minutes?
Yeah, 10 minutes. Yeah, 8 minutes.
All right. Okay then. So let's now move on to. Let me find the G2. Trying to recognize. Okay. Let me just give the mic to G2 in charge also.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And 6223 has mic now.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam, darling. So G2 in charge will ask you for your comments so that she can take them down, okay?
Please, you can continue it. Yeah.
Jazakallah for all the effort you put into these classes.
Assalamu alaikum. I just wanted to say thank you to all of the hard work you put into these Quran classes. Honestly, some of the surahs I didn't know with the correct pronunciation, But no, during these courses, I have learned a lot and with correct tajweed. So it was really, really, beneficial classes. So may Allah keep you in good health to enable you to serve the community. Thank you. Thank you for your hard work.
Okay, Jazakumullah. And if there are some parents who want to contribute in Urdu, they are most welcome. किसी ने उर्दू में अपने कमेंट देने हैं तो प्लीज जरूर माइक पे आ जाए.
Okay, so we have a student now, N6228.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam, darling. You are a G2 student, so if you feel free to make some comments, sweetheart.
I just want to say Jazakallah so much for all you have done, because before I only knew I think one surah, and now I know several surahs, all because of this online class. And I just wanted to say how much it helped a lot because my parents don't have time, they have work and everything, and this class helped me a lot. So Jazakallah.
Mashallah, mashallah. Yes, time is the enemy. We have to find time in our daily routine. We have so many things to do, don't we, every single day, from getting up in the morning, going to school. All of our things are so important. We have to do them. If we don't, we fall behind. And it's very easy when you've got things in front of you, your homework, a possible detention, your mum going to tell you off if you haven't done your schoolwork. All those things are right in front of your eyes every single day. And it's so easy to think, okay, yes, we'll do the Quran Majid later, because no one is standing on top of you, right in front of you, saying you must read, you must read. It's very easy to fall behind in that. The important thing to remember is that it's just as important. You have to make time for Quran Majid in your life, because just in the way that when you do homework, you learn things and you improve and you can move on in your studies. The same way you read Quran Majid, you'll improve on your tilawat, you'll improve on your recitation, but other things will also happen, and you'll only experience them once you start reading. And then you start reading the translation, the company that you keep because of the conversations that you're going to have. They're all so different once you start involving yourself in that routine. So yes, you have to find time. And if your mum and dad is busy, try and find some time to help them, and see if there's someone in your local Jamaat who can also listen to your Quran as well. Speak to your local Murabbi, your Nasirat secretary or your Atfal secretary. See if you can get somebody who can regularly listen to your Quran. Okay?
Next, please. We have only 2 minutes now.
Okay, so we have one more student, A5196.
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
I would like to say that me and my mom have improved in our pronunciation. And also, I would like to thank you for this wonderful class. And I am hoping for my older sister to join into G2. And last thing I would like to say is that my mom wanted to say something.
Yes, please.
हेलो अस्सलाम वालेकुम वरहमतुल्लाहि वबरकातुहू.
वालेकुम अस्सलाम.
जी मैं कहना चाहती थी कि आप लोगों ने ये क्लास स्टार्ट किया, बहुत अच्छा किया है, क्योंकि मेरे बच्चा बैठ के सीखता था, मैं भी इसके साथ बैठती थी और मैंने भी काफी अपनी प्रोनाउंसिएशन इससे सही की है. आप लोगों का बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. जज़ाकल्लाह.
Jazakallah for that comment. Yes.
और सब टीचरों का और मुरब्बी साहब का मैं सबका थैंकफुल होना चाहती हूँ, हाफिज साहब का भी, जिन्होंने ये क्लास स्टार्ट की है और बच्चे काफी कुछ इससे सीख रहे हैं, इससे पेरेंट्स भी सीखते हैं और काफी फायदा हो रहा है इस चीज से.
Mashallah. Okay, Jazakallah for that comment.
खुदा हाफिज.
Allah Hafiz.
वरहमतुल्लाहि वबरकातुहू.
One more parent, Hafsa?
Yes, quickly, 1 minute, please.
Okay, so let me just see. A5222. Assalamu alaikum. A5222.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam, darling. You have some comments to make on G2?
Yeah.
Go for it, sweetheart.
Thank you so much for helping me to learn more from this class.
You are most welcome. On behalf of G2 in charge also, you are most welcome. Please take on board all of the things that have been taught and put them into practice. Okay, Jazakumullah for that. Okay, Hafiz Sab, so we will pass the mic back to yourself to pass on to Imam Sab when you're ready.
Okay, Jazakumullah. Thanks very much for the tilawat and hadith of the Holy Prophet Muhammad Sallam and the nazam, beautiful nazam, and the two reports one from G1 and G2 and comments and feedback from the students and the parents. They were very, very encouraging and helpful. Now, I give mic to Maulana Naseem Bajwa Sahib to address us, and his topic of today, keynote address, is role of the Holy Quran in the life of the Ahmadi Muslim children. So very, very important topic, and inshallah ta'ala, I would request now Maulana Sahib to start his. You are on mic, sir.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله الحمد لله الحمد لله رب العالمين. First of all, I would like to thank Allah the Almighty that He has given us such dedicated people, and to me, in fact, it's a miracle that apart from so many other duties which everyone has to perform individually and privately and for his family and for his work, and then in addition to that, by the grace of Allah, we are able to find time, and not just a short time. The way I have seen so many things are happening here, it needs a lot of commitment, a lot of time, a lot of energy, effort, and prayers, definitely. So may Allah reward you, and in fact it has given me very much pleasure to see all this, and I'm sure that inshallah ta'ala this will have effect on my mind, and I'll continue to pray for you. Already I see so many things, I hear from here and there, but to see something directly, it has very different effect on the mind. Now, as far as this topic is concerned, role of the Holy Quran in the lives of Ahmadi Muslim children is concerned. The word Ahmadi Muslim children is very crucial and very important to ponder over. Because when we say Ahmadi Muslim children, that means that first of all, we have to see what does Muslim mean and what does Ahmadi mean. So, unless these children know what Muslim means and what Ahmadi means, they cannot be called Ahmadi Muslim children. So I would like to suggest, first of all, that all the parents should tell the meaning of Ahmadi Muslim to our children. I mean, if somebody asks me or asks anyone, what is the meaning of Muslim? Then I will say Muslim means obedient. And a person who is obedient, he requires to know what are the commandments. Unless we know what are the commandments, how can we obey anything? And for this purpose, Allah the Almighty has given us the Holy Quran and has told us that these are my commandments, and if you follow them, then you will be obedient to me, and then you will be Muslim. Secondly, the word Ahmadi. Ahmadi Muslim word tells us many things. One of the things is that those who follow Ahmad. And Ahmad is the name of Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, mentioned in the Holy Quran, in Surah Saf. So, an Ahmadi Muslim is only he who follows the Sunnah of the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So this is why we need to know the example of Hazrat Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is why we need to read the books of Hadith as well. Although once Tasha radiallahu ta'ala anha radiallahu anha told that as far as the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is concerned, kana khuluquhul Quran, that whatever he did, whatever he said, everything was exactly what the Quran says. So no doubt that we can know the character of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam from the Holy Quran. But at the same time, Allah Ta'ala has said that لَقَدْ كَانَ لَكُمْ فِي رَسُولِ اللَّهِ أُسْوَةٌ حَسَنَةٌ. For you, the best example, practical example, is in the person of Hazrat Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is why we need to read the Hadith as well. Now, and from another point of view, Ahmadi Muslim is he who has accepted the promised Messiah, Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani, to be that promised Messiah and Imam Mahdi who was prophesied by Hazrat Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And we have to know what is the objective for which that Messiah is sent. And that objective is mentioned in the Holy Quran, where it is said, وَوَالَّذِي يَرْسَلَ رَسُولَهُ بِالْهُدَى وَدِينِ الْحَقِّ لِيُظْهِرَهُ عَلَى الدِّينِ كُلِّهِ. That Allah Ta'ala has sent this messenger so that it makes Islam this superior over all other religions. It makes Islam dominant over all other religions. It makes Islam victorious upon all religions. Now the thing is, this is the mission which Allah Ta'ala has given to Hazrat Masih Maud Islam. Because even the previous scholars of Islam have been saying that this verse of the Holy Quran refers to the time of Hazrat Imam Mahdi al-Islam, the promised Messiah, peace be upon him. In his time, Allah will provide all the means with which Islam will be established in the whole world, and supremacy of Islam will be established in the world. Now, this is a time which, by the grace of Allah, very fortunately, we have found that in our time, Allah Ta'ala has sent us Masih Maud Islam. Now, another point we should remember that in Ahmadiyyat also, again, there are two kinds of Ahmadis. One who have accepted the Khilafat as well, and there are others who have not accepted the Khilafat. They only say that we believe in Masih Maud Islam, but in fact, they don't truly believe in him, because Masih Maud Islam himself said in the book Al-Wasiyah, the will, that after me, there will be system of Khilafat and it will remain with you forever. So, we, Alhamdulillah, Allah has made us from among them who have also accepted the Khilafat. Now, whenever anybody says, I want to become Ahmadi, we will say he has to accept two things. One, 10 conditions of Bai'at, and the other is the pledge of initiation. So I would advise to all the parents that first of all they should themselves read these 10 conditions of Bai'at and learn them by heart. If not word by word, at least the main points. And then also they should teach these things to their children as well. Because this is what we are talking about. Who are the Ahmadi Muslim children? Only those are Ahmadi Muslim children who know these 10 conditions of Bai'at properly, because unless we know them by heart, how can we act upon them? We can't just first of all go to the books and read them and then we practice it. Practice requires that all the time we should know them. And it's very easy. I will tell you how simple method it is. First of all, is the biggest sin is mentioned in the 10 conditions of Bai'at. That is shirk. That will not make any part with God. Then all other sins like falsehood, test of the eyes, debauchery, dissipation, adultery, and all this. So all other sins basically. And third condition is the best action which an Ahmadi and a Muslim is required to do. Once the Holy Prophet ﷺ was asked, what is the best action in the eyes of Allah the Almighty? The Holy Prophet ﷺ answered, and this is the book of this hadith is from the book of Bukhari. And Holy Prophet ﷺ said, "As-salatu ala waqtiha," the prayer on its own, on its appointed time. That is the best action and dearest to Allah the Almighty. So this is the third condition of that. But of course, that includes the Tahajjud prayer as well. That includes the istighfar, durood. And then fourth condition is that we will not harm anyone. Because at the end of the prayer, we say, Assalamu alaikum. And Assalamu alaikum, when you say it, means that everybody is safe from me and I will not harm anyone. So this is why number fourth condition is that we will not harm anyone. After that is that you will not harm, but other will harm you. At that time, you must be steadfast and patient. And you should be faithful to God in all circumstances. And the next is that you are not supposed to only act upon these 5 things. You should also follow the whole Quran and Hadith. So this, in fact, this is condition number 6 is directly related to this subject. That the Muslim child is he who following this condition of number 6 condition, he not only knows the Holy Quran, but also acts upon it. And also he should know the Hadith and the Sunnah of the Holy Prophet, and he has to act upon it. So this is condition number 6 is very important in this sense. Then number 7 is that you must be humble, because it's possible that after learning the Quran, Hadith, and also acting upon this, you may become very proud and very haughty, and you think that now you see I'm a big scholar, and then you hate or you think that other people are lower than you. No, you must be very humble. Humility is so important. The Holy Prophet ﷺ said that when a person becomes humble for the sake of Allah, Allah Ta'ala raises him to the 7th heaven. And you know, it is a beautiful point that in the Hadith, the word 7th heaven is used, and as Masih Maud Islam has put this humility at number 7. This is the 7th condition of the Bai'at. Now, after that, there are 2 services which we are required to do. And in fact, that tells us what is the purpose of Islam, what is the purpose of religion, what is the purpose of the Holy Quran. And that is that we should serve religion, and also number 9 is that we should serve the creature of Allah. Huququllah and Huququl Ibad. In fact, this is the main subject of the Holy Quran and the Hadith. So, and this is what Hazrat Khalifatul Masih Idullah Ta'ala bin Aziz always emphasize, that this is the purpose of the Holy Quran and Islam. So you must make sure that number 1, you are discharging your duties towards your Maker, towards Allah, the Creator, and then you discharge your duty towards other human beings. If you are doing that, then you are true Muslim, then you are a follower of the Holy Quran. Then you understand why the Holy Quran has been sent. And the last 10th condition is that you are doing the Bai'at of Masih Maud Islam. So now you should be obedient to him in all the instruction which he has given, because Bai'at means obedience basically. So for this purpose, now we require to read the books of the Promise, peace be upon him. Because if we don't read the books of the Promise, we will never know what are the instructions of Masih Maud Islam. Now, there are some people can say, oh, this is a very big plan, and how can we act upon it? In fact, everything depends on the niyat of the person. So with intention, good intention, we should start something. From 0, we should just move to number 1. and then Allah himself will help us. And also, the person who starts with good intention, his intention will be counted. Whatever he has achieved, that's the secondary thing, because everybody has different capacities. But intention is important. This is why the Holy Prophet ﷺ has said, "Innama al-a'malu binniyat." That actions will be judged according to your intention. So why don't we start the books of Prophet, for example, only say we'll read 1 page a day, and then slowly you increase it. Then you will see that we were able to do it. Similarly, being a follower of the Khilafat, we make the pledge with Khalifa Masih that we will always be loyal to the institution of Khilafat and will obey the Khalifa of the time. Now, in this regard, we must remember that Hazrat Talimul-Quran has given some instructions. Number one, he, again and again emphasized that Ahmadis should offer men, they should offer their prayer in the mosque or Salat center. So, Ahmadi Muslim child who is, say, about 10 years old, they should try to come to the mosque. If they can come before that with their parents, very good. But when they are 10-year-old, they should be regular there in their 5 yearly prayers, and also they should come to the mosque as well. And then Huzur has said that the children must learn the Holy Quran before the age of 10. Now recently, I came to know that Huzur has put this condition that only those children will be able to have their Ameen with Huzur who are 10 or under 10. If you are above 10, then they say you can't take part in that. So this is why we make sure that we have completed the Holy Quran before the age of 10. Then Huzur has said that before leaving home, every day you must read a portion of the Holy Quran with the translation. So this is another instruction. Another instruction which I just received today in one of the that everybody should be encouraged to listen to the MTA, and especially Khutbah Jummah of And here I would especially emphasize that when we listen to khutbah, we must take notes as well, because unless we take notes, we can't remember. Otherwise, if you ask anyone, do you know what Huzur said yesterday in the khutbah, or last in khutbah what Huzur said? Nobody will remember. So I would like to request all the Atfal particularly. The other day, one Tifl told me that he went to see Huzur in Mulaqat, and he showed his notebook where he writes his points of khutbah Jummah. And Huzur himself told him that what you should do, that write 5 points from every khutbah. Just, simply, that point number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is a way how we can remember the khutbah Jummah. And you see, the khutbah Jummah is in fact the commentary of the Holy Quran. And it is also a gist of the hadith and the books of the Prophet, peace be upon him. So if we listen to the khutbah properly and note everything, inshallah, we will be able to learn the Holy Quran, and then we can say we will be able to become a true Ahmadi Muslim children. I'm talking about the children now. So with these few words, I would like to conclude, and I pray that may Allah reward all the teachers, parents, children, that they have the work which they are doing. May Allah enable them to continue, and may Allah bless them in everything. Ameen. Allahumma.
Jazakumullah Maulana Naseem Bajwa Sahib for your very motivating speech. May Allah enable us to act upon the points which you have raised with regards to the conditions of death and our responsibilities as a teacher, as a student, as a parent, as a Muslim individual. So we like to conclude now with the dua, and I like to request Naseem Bajwa Sahib to lead us into silent prayer, short prayer, so we conclude with prayers.
Okay, please join me in the prayer. آمين.
آمين اللهم آمين. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. Alhamdulillah, I have seen that 65 computers were connected with this one. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.